So what's up, guys? Today we're talking about magic mushrooms and the way it kind of fucks up people's minds. So I have recently listened to this podcast, and about there was this kind of conspiracy guy, and he was complaining about Palantir and the way tech CEOs want to basically escape humanity and become transhuman beings, and that's obviously kind of bad, but then again, this guy was like completely fried by mushrooms, and he was totally obsessed with it, and how it enlightened him, and how he realized the unity of the universe, and he was one with the mycelium, and how we are all going to be reborn through the mushrooms, right? We're going to, our bodies will die and we will be consumed by the mushrooms, and he says metabolize, and this is a beautiful process, and then they will be reborn. But then again, we are not reborn through mushrooms, right? We don't grow from mushrooms. Mushrooms just eat us. They just eat us. They eat our corpses. And if starts getting kind of weird when you realize these people are getting like hallucinations and weird experiences from mushrooms, and they change their entire personality. Um, and these mushrooms, they have an evolutionary reason why they produce these psychedelic effects, right? And there have been other mushrooms which are basically turning people into zombies. So there's kind of you kind of get a scary thought about how psychedelic mushrooms influence people who eat them into believing that they need to be consumed by these mushrooms, and it's basically just another form of an evil mushroom hive mind, brainwashing people into accepting being eaten by them. And the issue is obviously so many conspiracy truther types have experimented with mushrooms, and they started consuming magic mushrooms, and they think they're getting like downloads from a higher power, but they're just being told by the mushroom that it's okay to be eaten by the mushroom. They totally turn into some sort of prey mentality where everything is part of a greater plan. We just have to radically accept the reality, and this is all shit that you would tell like a prey animal you're keeping so that you can eat it. These things brainwash people. Do not take mushrooms, okay? These things, they want to tell, they know what they're doing, right? Mushrooms are really smart creatures. They are basically entire brains dispersed about over kilometers and over a huge mycelial network. They know exactly what they're doing. They give these magic fruit that they're mushrooms, which aren't their bodies. They are fruit that they produce so that people eat it. And people that eat it start, for some reason, become these weird, cringe, liberal hippies that kind of hate humanity, kind of want imagine this sort of uh, total radical harmony with nature, and lose all ambition to rise above anything like this. They get radically opposed to the possibility of humanity ever transcending this planet, ever transcending their position in the natural order, that they get really offended by the idea that humans can become gods. And this is the issue with like the Palantir types. They want to become gods, and there's nothing wrong with that. The methods they're going about it are ineffective and honestly kind of stupid, because like they're not as smart as they think they are. Being smart and being rich are not the same thing. But the general impulse to transcend your own existence is something that's inherent in any predator animal, really. And we humans are supposed to be predator animals, but we have become prey to these mushrooms. And this is why I actually am in favor of cremation, because that way you can't be eaten by these things. They can't prey on you. Just like LSD, magic mushrooms, it's all derived from fungi, right? All these psychedelics. So I would be really, really wary about these things. They brainwash you, and they tell you what you need to, they tell you what they want you to hear. And they put it all in this weird psychedelic experience where you think you're communing with the gods, but you're just communing with mold, basically. You're communing with a fucking fungus, which just wants to eat you. And whatever it tells you is for this purpose, so you die and get metabolized by these things. So do not trust these things, okay? They are dangerous. They are predators of humans. And I generally think everyone who took these things is compromised in a way. So, like, The Last of Us is basically real, right? People are getting turned into zombies by mushrooms, just not in a way you think. They keep their intelligence, they keep their humanity, basically, but they lose all individual will and become totally brainwashed to the purpose of dying and being metabolized by a fungus, and they think it's some sort of higher experience of unity with nature. This is really disturbing if you think about it. And I wonder if fungi even are native from Earth. Maybe they came from somewhere else. Most religions actually were very focused on removing fungus from your life, basically. They used unleavened bread, and they told you certain routines how you can fast and all that to get parasites out of your body. And fungi are parasites, right? They eat you mostly when you're dead, sometimes when you're alive. So we really should listen to our ancestors in that regard. We shouldn't fall for this new age bullshit as if if you just take the magic mushrooms, you suddenly get enlightened, and then you're some sort of enlightened being, ascended master, which can totally accept reality as it is. So, yeah, that's basically my point, right? These things are dangerous, and don't trust anyone who wants to get you to basically eat these mushrooms. They are not going to tell you anything really true. They are not going to give you enlightenment. They are not going to transfer any spiritual truth to you. They're just going to tell you things so they can get to eat you. They are predators. The fungus is a groomer. The fungus wants to eat you. The fungus wants to prey on you, and it will tell you whatever you want to hear, so that it can abuse you, use you, and eat you. And yeah, it's best if we just burn them all, because they are likely not even native to Earth, right? They don't fit anywhere in the taxonomy. They are neither plants nor animals. They are weirdly intelligent. They have like 5 billion genders. So, yeah. Bye.